gotta be honest though, I'm not loving this. Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today I'm back over at the house and I have a little project I want to do today. It's probably going to be a short and sweet video, but I really wanted to make this a video all by itself. So I know I've already painted my front door white, but I've been seeing some beautiful faux wood doors on Pinterest. So I have spent the last couple of days just looking up what I would need to do this. So I went yesterday and I picked up the things that I need. I think it's gonna look really good. As y'all know, I've painted my walls, my trim, everything is white. I've even painted the front door white. I painted it before I knew I wanted to do this, so I'll just be painting over it. But I think the faux wood is gonna be a really nice contrast with all this white that I have going on. All the pictures that I'm seeing on Pinterest, it is so beautiful. So my front door does already have the wood grain in it. It's not a wooden door at all. I don't even know what the material of it is, but it does have the faux wood grain already there. So that's a plus. However, everything that I've read, you don't need the wood grain. You can mimic wood grain when you go to apply the stain with your brush. You will get the wood grain look from the brush. So it just helps to already have the wood grain, but you don't need it. So anyways, let me show you guys what I got. All right, so first up, some brushes. And then this is the color of stain I'm gonna be using. It's by Minwax and it's the color Walnut. So this is gel stain. I found it at Lowe's. And then I also got a quart of, this is just the Valspar Signature Flat in the color Flaxseed. So I'm gonna put this on the door first and then I'll go over it with the stain. So I think this is gonna be pretty easy. The first thing I'm gonna do is tape up along the walls around the trim. I do want to include the trim with the door just so it all ties together. I don't think it would look right if I left the trim white and then the door is wooden. I want to include the trim with it. Several of y'all have pointed this out to me and I know that I've got to get it taken care of, but we do need new weather strip around the door because there's a lot of outside air coming in. So I've got to get some strip, but I'm gonna go ahead and tape up around the trim and along the knobs as well, just anywhere that I don't want to get paint. I got tape around the edges of the trim, the doorknobs. I couldn't do the peephole, it was too small, so I'll just have to be careful around that. I also went ahead and taped up the hinges, and I am planning on doing this on both the inside and the outside so that it looks the same on both sides. I wanted to show y'all up close the wood grains in the door, and like I said, you don't need those. It's just a plus if you already have them. If you don't, then you can just mimic it with your paintbrush and that's where you'll get your wood look from. There is one thing I'm kind of worried about. So my experience with stain is it needs something to soak into and adhere to, and I just don't know how it's gonna go if I'm putting this on the door first. It already has paint on it. So I was trying to get the 123 primer tinted at Lowe's, and it says on the can that it's tintable, but for whatever reason Lowe's machines would not let them tint it, so I just had to settle for a paint with a primer. I just got the cheapest option I could find. So hopefully this will work. I'm a little bit worried about that stain not wanting to stick to it, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, so I got the flaxseed shade all over the trim and the door. I just did this side for now, and when it cools off this afternoon, I'll get the other side of the door. So far, just having the flaxseed on there, I'm loving the contrast that it's given. But I'm really hoping that this works. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't, then I just have to repaint over the door again. I guess I'll just go back over it with my white to undo what I've done. But I really hope it works. So I'm gonna let this dry for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'll come back and we'll start on the stain. So I decided while I was waiting on the other side to dry, I would go ahead and do the outside of the door. And I wanted to explain my storm door in case y'all are wondering what the heck is up with that. So it's broken. All that's left is like an L-shaped part of the frame. There's no glass, nothing like that. So I've got to get a new storm door, and I'm really hoping, especially after I have put in the work for this door, that I can just replace the storm door without having to replace the whole deal. I think you can buy them either way, just the storm door or as a bundle. If I can, I just want a storm door. Anyways, I wanted to explain that because it does look funny just hanging there. Alright, so I had to take a quick little lunch break while the paint dried. I got the inside and the outside of the door done, and it feels pretty dry. So I'm feeling better about this. I don't know if I mentioned in my intro that the paint that I got is a flat paint, and I think that really makes a difference because flat paint can almost feel chalky. And in this case, that's a good thing because I think that's gonna help the stain stick to the door like it's supposed to. But I was also reading on the can, and I guess this is why they say to use a gel stain, is because it can be used on multiple surfaces. You can use it on wood, metal, it says fiberglass, and more. So I'm not sure what my door is, but I think it'll be fine. So they do say this stuff dries really fast. So I'm gonna start at the top of the door and just work in sections.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind?
I wanted to come on here and let y'all know you're gonna see a big jump from now to like halfway down the door, and that's because I think my SD card was damaged. I had been working outside and I had my camera recording the process of what I was doing outside, and I think the heat had damaged the SD card, and so it kept shutting off and I kept losing footage. So all that footage of me painting the door was gone up until this point. So if you notice that I keep looking back at my camera, it's because I'm trying to make sure that my camera is still recording. It kept shutting off on me and it was really annoying. But so anyways, I just wanted to let y'all know that. But I was having mixed feelings, and I'm still having mixed feelings about this stain. When I first started applying it, I was loving it, and I was thinking to myself, it's gonna look so good. But it's like the more that I went down the door, I wasn't happy with it. It was just too streaky and blotchy. So I actually come back the next day and I'll fix those streaks, and I'll try to get out some of those extra dark spots that I wasn't liking. So I've learned with this stuff, you do have to be really careful and take your time with it. Do not get in a hurry.
Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time. Driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair.
Hey y'all, so it is the next day, and I And back over here, it's been about 24 hours. I gotta be honest though, I'm not loving this. It was looking good to start with, and then it's like the more that I brushed it on, the less that I liked it. And I'll flip y'all around in a second and show you exactly what I'm not liking. But I was just so disappointed yesterday when I got done that I left and went home and pretty much sulked about it until today. So anyways, let me show y'all the door, what it looks like and what I'm not liking, and then I'll tell you what my plan is to fix the door. So here it is. First off, I really like the color. It's what I wanted, but it's a little patchy and darker in some spots than others, and it's also streaky looking. So this is the side of the door that I started on first, and I was trying to go in the direction, it's kind of hard to explain without showing, but you've got a line that goes in the middle, and then you've got these sections here that are divided by a line, and I was trying to keep that sectioned off, but I think I should have went all in the same direction on the door. Just ignored those lines, went in the same direction up and down, because I did it on this side and I like it better. You can see where I missed some of the wood grain there, getting in that, but I kept it all in one direction on this side of the door, and I like this a lot better. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do, I brought my sander over here, and this is either gonna make it worse or it's gonna fix the problem. We're gonna find out, but I'm gonna sand it and see if I can't even this out and make it look a little bit smoother. It's okay to have some dark spots. I think that adds to the realistic look of the door, but it's just not what I imagined. So anyways, I'm gonna get my sander out and we're gonna see if we can fix this. I got those problem areas sanded down, and I am back at it with the stain. And this time I'm keeping my brush in the same direction, and I'm also taking the product as far as I can take it. This stuff does go a very long way. I'm just dabbing it ever so lightly into the stain. All right, y'all, here is the final product. I'm still not 100% happy with it. It's just a little splotchy, but I think that's the nature of the product. The stain is, it's gonna be splotchy. As of right now, I'm just gonna leave the door like it is. I did get most of those streaks out that I had going all kind of ways. I got those out and they look a lot better, but again, it just still looks a little too splotchy. But it also kind of makes me think of like an old antique distressed door. That's kind of what it looks like. So I think it's gonna look better once I have furniture in here and home decor. So I'm just gonna embrace this right now. The problem I'm running into now is that I like this side of the door better than I do the other side. I'm gonna repeat the same steps that I just did to this side of the door. I'm gonna take the sander, kind of lighten it up because this side is a little bit lighter now than the other side. So here's an up close view of the door. It just looks like an old distressed wooden door. I did keep my brush dry this time. I didn't put as much product on the brush, and I also made sure to keep spreading that product out. I would put a little bit on my brush and I would spread it as far as I could take it down until I had no more left on my brush, and that really helped.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Calling sick in the morning, baby, don't leave. They don't need to know we're out here wild and free. They say we're crazy, it's too much.
So y'all excuse my face, it is so hot outside. I've been out there working and I feel like I'm literally melting, but I wanted to update you guys on my door. It is yet again the next day. So yesterday we sanded the door and I went back over it with the stain. I really wanted to go through and even out some of the dark spots, and there were some streaks I wanted to get rid of, and I pretty much got rid of all the streaks that were bothering me, but the door is still looking, I don't know, kind of splotchy, and I just don't know what to do to fix it. Maybe I should add more stain, I don't know, but I'm kind of having like a love-hate relationship with it. I love it, but I'm not really loving it, you know what I mean? So I love the door on the outside of the house, like looking towards the house, having that wooden door looks so good, and I seriously can't wait to, I might build me a porch, who knows. I want a front porch out there and being able to decorate it for fall, not this year, but next year. I just think that the door on the outside of the house looks so good, but it's the inside that I'm not 100% happy with. However, I'm not gonna seal it right now. I'm gonna let it ride for a couple of weeks and see how I'm feeling later on. I might change my mind and decide that I love the door, and if I don't, then I can just repaint it. So that's why I don't want to seal it just yet. I want to give myself some time to really think about it and decide what I want to do. But I definitely wanted to give this a shot because I love how they look on Pinterest. They are so pretty, and it could just be the color of stain that I'm working with. Mine is a little bit darker than what I'm seeing on Pinterest. They have like more of a oaky color, but I don't know, we'll have to see how I'm feeling in a couple of weeks. And like I said, I might paint over it, I might seal it and keep it, who knows. But right now I'm loving how it looks on the outside of the house, so that's a plus. Also an idea, I could leave the outside of the door the wooden look and paint this back white. What should I do? Y'all let me know. I feel like I've just been so wishy-washy through this whole video and I can't decide what I want. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I'm not gonna do anything else to the door. I'm just gonna give myself some time to think about it and really just, I don't know. I think I need a few days to look at it and just stare at it and decide. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed, even though it was a little all over the place. Remember to leave your butterfly in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey darling,